So, this report from the Congressional Black Caucus is really interesting. It's basically saying that corporations need to step up their game when it comes to diversity and inclusion.
Yeah, it's definitely a call to action. They're not just talking about making a few changes here and there. They're saying that companies need to make a real commitment to racial justice and economic equality.
I'm curious to see how corporations respond to this report. Will they take it seriously and make real changes, or will they just pay lip service to it?
I hope they take it seriously. It's a chance for them to show that they're truly committed to creating a more equitable world, but only time will tell what their response will be.
I think it's important to remember that this report comes after a lot of corporate pledges to address racial equity following the death of George Floyd. It seems like a lot of companies made promises they haven't fully kept.
That's true. There was a lot of talk about change, but not enough action. This report is a way to hold corporations accountable for those promises.
The report also talks about the backlash that some companies have faced for implementing DEI policies. It seems like there's a lot of resistance to these kinds of initiatives.
Unfortunately, yes. There are some people who see DEI as a threat, but I think it's important to remember that these policies are about creating a more just and equitable society. They're not about taking anything away from anyone.
The report outlines specific areas where corporations can focus on expanding DEI, like workplace culture, data disaggregation, talent opportunities, and pay equity. It's a pretty comprehensive approach.
It is. They're not just throwing out vague ideas, they're giving companies concrete steps they can take to make a real difference.
I think it's interesting that the report calls on companies to collaborate legislatively to create laws that hold them accountable. It's not just about internal policies anymore.
That's right. They're recognizing that systemic change requires a multi-pronged approach. It's not enough for companies to just say they're committed to DEI. They need to be actively working to create a more just society.